Hello friends, welcome to the course on C programming. In this video, we are going to take a small topic, pass by reference, or sometimes they call it call by reference, and pass by value or call by value. Now this is a small topic, very interesting to understand. Let us directly take a simple example to understand how do we pass a value to a function. So let's say we have a main function with one function definition change. The change function is having two arguments, two integer argument, and it does not return any value. So void change integer integer. Change is a function with two integer arguments without any return value. Now I have two local variables x and y. So x equal to 10 and y equal to 20. So before calling the function, if I print the value of x and y, it should print 10 and 20. And then I'm calling function change with this x and y as arguments. So now let us try to understand. This is my main function wherein two variables are there, x and y, which are local to main, and 10 and 20 are the values. So first, before calling function, I'll be getting x equal to 10 and y equal to 20. Now let us write the body of change. So void change integer x integer y. So now this x is copied into this x and this y is copied into this y. Now thing over here one need to understand is these x and y are two separate variables local to change function. So in change function, x and y are different variable. The only thing is the value of x is copied into this x and the value of y is copied into this y. So this 10 is copied into this and 20. So x and y are 10 and 20 respectively. And we have third variable over here, which is temp. So now what am I doing is x is put into temp. So x is copied into temp, that is 10. Then y is copied into x. So this 20 is copied into x. So now x becomes 20. And then the temp value is put into y. So basically it is swapping logic. So x and y are swapped. So now x is 20 and y is 10. But the thing is, these x and y are local to this function. They have nothing to do with this main. So when I go back and when I try to print the value of x and y of main, x and y of main are still 10 and 20 because the changes made in the x and y which were local to change function was not affecting the values of x and y in the main. So if I print again after function call, what is the value of x and y? It is just 10 and 20 only, because the change, this is the property of local function, local variables. The values of local variables are not reflected if the function is terminated. So x and y which are being changed over here in this function are not reflected to these variables. So both the times I'll be getting 10, 20, 10, 20 as output. Now let us see what is the concept of pass by reference. So what if you want to make the change over here, but you want the reflection in the main? So even if the change is being made by this function, the variable should be affected within the main. For this we have a concept called pass by reference. So now let us take that concept. So there is some syntactical things that we need to understand in this case. If you want to pass by reference, you will be specifying integer ampersand, integer ampersand. So this is nothing but the reference syntax. So this is how. For calling you use the same syntax, change xy. For calling not an issue, but for declaration and for definition we need to specify this ampersand, that you need to remember. So now this x and y are 10 and 20. So before calling function, obviously you are going to get 10 and 20. So when I call this function this, what will happen? This x is copied into p and y is copied into q. Now the difference is this p and q are not a separate variable in this function, but p and q are like second name given to x and second name given to y. So p is another name to the variable x and q is another name to the variable y. It's like, you know, one person having two different names. So even if we call it x, it is same variable. Even if we call it p, it is same variable. Even if it call it y, or even if it call it q, they are both are same. So this is the basic difference between passing by value. When you pass by value, a separate variable is created, but when you pass by reference, the separate name is given to the same variable. So now then we do have one extra variable temp, and then when I put the value p into temp, what is the value of p? That is 10. So that is copied over here. Then q is copied into p. So q is 20. So actually the change is made in x, and then temp is copied into q. So temp 10 is copied into q. So 10. So while we have used the word p and q over here, the actual changes were made in x and y. So when I go back and when I print after function the value of x and y, what is the value of x? 20. And what is the value of y? 10. So I am going to get 20 and 10 as output screen, in output screen. So this is the basic difference between call by reference and call by value. So with this, I suppose that this small demonstration would make the things very clear as far as call by reference and call by value is concerned. In our next video, we'll see how arrays can be clubbed, arrays can be used with functions. So hope to see you in the next video. Until then, enjoy C programming.